Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Parkville Network.
Well, all right.
So our guest today on our podcast, I initially contacted a couple days ago, the day of the tornadoes that hit in Nashville, just to have him on to talk. We hadn't talked to him for a long time. It's been, 6-8 months. And ironically, that night in his town where he lives, tornadoes hit in Nashville. So now...
And who is he?
He is Rockett.
What?
Formerly Rockett in the Morning, now Rockett in a podcast. It sounds like a dessert. It sounds like a dessert or a porn name. Rockett in a podcast.
You like Chinese, steal intellectual property.
That's right.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's turned into a xenophobe too now. Okay.
On top of it. Everything, right? This is awesome. Oh my God. So as we speak, the tornadoes had hit in the Nashville area. Say about 30 hours ago, something around that. It was in the middle of the night when those things hit.
Yeah, it was about 2:00 in the morning.
That's terrible.
It was pretty scary. It did wake me up.
Do you guys have sirens down there for tornadoes?
Well, yes, evidently they do. I've heard people talking about they heard the sirens go off. So it was on the other side of Interstate 40. It just kind of went right from like 100 miles away, just right down Interstate 40. And evidently it was just one big old thing that just kind of would come down and kill a bunch of people and then go back up and come down. It just kind of bounced along about 100 miles. It was weird.
Wow.
Is it weird? Is it odd to have tornadoes in the beginning of March in Tennessee, or is it just odd in Nebraska to have that?
No, it's, they're very similar climate-wise.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me that yesterday, and I said, anytime from March to June, you can expect any kind of bad weather in this part of the country in terms of tornadoes.
And and here locally, of course, today was the first day that we had the sirens go off to test the sirens. Because it's that season, and this is Weather Awareness Week, that Severe Weather Awareness Week this week, for those of you that don't live in the Omaha area. But and it's kind of weird because you hear that, and then today we're expecting like 60 degrees, and that's when things get volatile, is when we're in that swing phase of temperatures and humidity and moisture and all that good stuff.
We walked out the next day, and the day after yesterday, to kind of see if I had any damage, and man, it was like 9:00 in the morning, and it was already 60 degrees.
Wow.
I'm going, what the
Wow.
hell?
Yeah, that's when you know something's up, man. It's like the weather's wonky.
Yeah.
So like the whole day on Monday, was it did it feel a little off, or like at night you're like something's cooking?
Well, see, it's been raining here for, I would say, a solid month. The weather here has been horrible.
That's the weather they had here last year.
Yeah, right. That caused all the flooding.
I was in Memphis this weekend working, and I got up at I was on the road at 7:00 to Memphis, and then I'm on my way back. I get back at 9 that night, and it was just a storm all the way back from Memphis. And I hate driving in storms like that because those big old tractor trailer rigs, it's just a constant spray, right?
Yeah.
And you can't see, and it's just, you get angry and you say dirty curse words at them and flip them off.
Yeah.
But you flip them off in a way under the steering wheel that they can't see you because they'd probably run you off the road if they saw you doing that.
Just accidentally. Just accidentally. That's all.
Nudge.
Oops, I didn't see you. I'm sorry.
But it makes even if nobody sees you flip them off, it still makes you feel better. Just
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't show it to them. No, you don't show it to them. I mean, they're truck drivers.
It's a release,
right?
They have arsenals. They have arsenals in the cab of their cars or their trucks.
Yeah.
Not to mention probably guard dogs.
I'm not sure.
There's a guard dog that travels with them.
Guarantee you. Yeah.
Anyway,
I've seen though where, speaking of truck drivers, my dad was a truck driver, and back in the day, especially, and even now though too, because they're really hot on the CB radios and they keep in touch with each other, and they've literally pulled people over like high speed chases, and if there are trucks on the interstate, they'll box them in.
That's exactly what they do. And they will box you in if you flip them off.
That too, and the walls get tighter.
Speaking of boxing you in, I've heard some great stories of drivers of things they've seen looking down in cars as they drive by.
Yeah.
And I love the term lot lizard. It's one of my favorite terms. I didn't know that existed until about maybe 15, 20 years
Lot
ago.
lizards.
Somebody threw out lot lizard, and I'm like, what? Like, it's a prostitute. I'm like, that's the best name
special
ever.
type.
Yes.
Yeah.
Best.
Talk about having your own corner.
Right.
Well, you flip them off, and they got the CBs now. And the reason I know this is I used to have a CB many years ago, and sometimes they let you into their little group, sometimes they do not. And I actually heard them all say, "You got a 75 Camaro coming up there on your 6. Why don't you just slow him down a little bit?"
That's awesome.
and then all of a sudden, it's a traffic jam on the freeway.
It's what I think those are their mental gymnastics to stay alert.
I love
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
Otherwise it's highway hypnosis. So it's like, let's jack with the guy in the Camaro.
And they can, and they do often.
Oh yeah,
So,
I would too.
I love it.
well, it's a nasty mess down here. Yesterday when I went to bed, there were 25 dead already, and about 100 missing.
That's what's incredible.
I don't know what that means. They could have just gone to a shelter, and it literally just leveled places here. It was just awful.
Was there one small town in particular that got hit?
Julia.
Okay. That was, and I'd heard that because, of course, here, that's what we've experienced, it seems like, of late the last few years. The tornado's not necessarily hitting Omaha. It's like there's this dome, but it's like the surrounding areas, like, wasn't it Wisner?
Wisner Pilger, yeah,
And
then the Boy
Pilger
Scout
area.
Ranch across the river, yeah.
Yeah, and it just like knocks them to the ground because they're just a little town. And everybody gets taken in. Oh,
Sad.
wow.
So
Yeah.
sad, yeah.
My goodness.
So-
And not much warning on top of it. So that
A lot of the country stars live out at Mount Juliet.
wow.
Reba McEntire lives out there. Garth Brooks used to live out there. I don't know whether he's still out there or not. After he's come back from Oklahoma, I don't know where he is. But
I saw, I'm trying to think here, Carrie Underwood. She apparently wasn't in town and said something about because her husband had their boys and did it when it came. And she probably lives in that area, I imagine. And I can't think who else it was too. Oh, Keith Urban.
I heard Dolly Parton, a little message from Dolly Parton was kind of nice.
Yeah, reaching out to people.
So it didn't, and so hitting the little town. So as soon as you hear, tornado in Nashville, you think of all the iconic. You think of the opera. You
Music
think of all
City
these
Row.
places. Music City, yeah. And so none of that was damaged by the tornado itself.
well, no, not necessarily. I didn't say that. I said that the worst damage was in East Nashville, which is kind of the hipster, area of town. A lot of music venues and a lot of, just man buns.
Yeah.
So,
More man buns. I don't know. Are those going away? Is there still a lot of them?
and then a real kind of exclusive area, Germantown, which is all of these places are connected to downtown. They just kind of it would be like, so you've got Omaha and then right across, like the radio station we used to work at, Sweet 98, right? Council Bluffs, Iowa, you can throw a rock and hit it from the radio station, right?
Right, yeah.
Well, it's the kind of same thing. They're just these little sequential towns with different names in it. So, it's all the Nashville, the greater Nashville area, but some of the outskirt ones, Papillion or, that sort of thing in relation to Omaha.
Got it. Okay.
Some of them just really got hammered. But the honky tonks survived.
Wow.
It didn't hit that area. Now that's not a big area.
Yeah.
It literally is about 5 blocks.
Wow.
Oh, that's it.
Strip.
Oh,
The
I didn't
strip.
realize.
It's tiny.
I didn't realize
but
that.
it's jam packed.
Yeah.
next door to next door and on top of one another. I mean, it's just jammed packed.
They're
I mean,
like a bunch of little dive bars. Isn't that what's one of them? The Bluebird
Yeah,
Cafe, I think, or
Yeah.
something like that, or
Well,
Bluebird.
the Bluebird is
down
kind of
there?
in the middle of town. It's in just a little simple, innocent little place in a strip mall. You would never think that it is.
It's so
what it is.
iconic. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's almost comical.
Wow.
But boy, it starts a lot of careers. It's great.
That's for
venue.
sure.
How
That's
you
for
guys doing, by the way?
We're doing great.
Good.
How's Nash Rockett doing?
I'm just trying to figure out this YouTube thing and the podcast thing, and
It's growing. I mean, your podcasts are amazing, and the way that you integrate your photo shoots into your podcast episodes, and it's brilliant.
well, thank you. I just wish 1 million people thought that instead of 22.
Well, two do.
You'll be.
My mom does. Barb
You're
likes
probably
it.
one of a small handful of people that's thinking, God, I wish I could replicate him.
Right.
I wish there was a million of you.
I don't know if there's more than
I
one.
tell you, at this point in my career, I feel replicated.
May have been replicated.
Without any lubricant either, I might add.
Right.
So this whole podcast and YouTube thing, it's just absolutely the greatest thing ever. If you can just figure out how to get enough subscribers, touch enough people, to be able to monetize. I know, your friend and mine, Allie Tuscadooteroni.
Yeah.
It's her Aunt Pinky. Was that Pinky Tuscaroni? What was it?
Is she related to Vinny Tuscadooteroni?
Tuscadooteroni, yeah.
When she introduced herself to me that day when I was back last year, and she said her name, and I said, "Oh, are you related to Vinny
Tuscadooteroni?"
She said, "What?" No. Anyway, she's so adorable. She's so adorable,
Yes.
and she's got such a great heart and very talented. And so I just support her like crazy. But what I am finding is that people don't really care about Nash Rockett. What I've got to figure out how to do, courageous enough to do, is use YouTube as the search engine it is. That's all it is. It's a search engine.
Yep, exactly.
And you search videos. And I think this year what I'm going to focus on, I'm always going to focus on my photography and the beauty queens because they're just fun to look at. And,
Sure.
fun to
And there's so many of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Especially down there.
Yes.
Coming over to my house.
You were kind of in the honeypot of queens too, because there are a lot of queens down there.
Oh, honeypot. Yes.
Right, and you get them to come to your house,
Yes.
for no problem.
Choice of words.
Well, whatever.
Honeypot, yeah.
Yeah, well, but then on top of it, seriously, I mean, look at him. And he's like, I got a camera. We can take some pictures.
I mean,
come on over.
15 years ago, he would have been on Dateline for sure. But now,
Right.
yeah.
You're right. And I'm waiting for that to happen anyway. So,
All of a sudden, Chris Hansen comes out from behind Chewbacca behind you.
right. That's funny. What do you think, Chewbacca?
Right? There he is.
There's Chewie. Whip your vision into shape right there, yo, with Kugler Vision. We love that they're a supporter of our podcast.
Absolutely. They've got some great things that are happening on their website. If you haven't been there recently at kuglervision.com, it already was so user-friendly if you'd thought about having any of the procedures done. And so many different procedures. It's not just one procedure, one size fits all. But interestingly, you'll find over 600 five-star patient reviews, which is amazing, the number
Right.
of people that are taking advantage and saying, you know what? 2020 is going to be my year. And I think there were a couple of them that were talking about making improvements, that 2020 is the year. Right?
Yep.
They're ready to go. And one of
Absolutely.
the first ones was vision.
I said what Gary said too. Dr. Kugler's office is amazing. They are amazing because you have cookies and they have delicious flavored waters.
They do.
Oh, and then they're also great doctors too.
And that too, don't
Yeah.
forget. They said that the staff made the procedure a breeze. That's from Natalia. I especially enjoyed the surgery prep in a massage chair, covered by a blanket, drinking some tea. I was relaxed, anxiety gone. I wish I'd done this years sooner. Now, to make it even simpler, you can text them The number to text is 72000. You want to text C Omaha, 2 words, to 72000. I did that. And you will get back a response that will first ask you to confirm. So I text back yes. And then it sent me a link. And when you go to the page, it, of course, welcomes you. And then it's got some real quick questions about what it is that you're looking for. And then I got a follow-up phone call real quick. And super nice. Nicole called, and she's there just to make sure that you got the information you wanted. And if you had any further questions, she was there to help you out.
Get that consultation now at Kugler Vision. You can also go to kuglervision.com.
And tell them Pat and JT sent you.
Yeah. What I have started exploring is it takes so much effort to do what I do because I try to show off and be like a 3-camera shoot, right? And then edit all that myself, and it literally takes 3 days to do one of those.
There you go.
With all the editing, and I'm going, there's not enough. There's not enough time left in my life to be doing that. Can I take this stuff to hospice with me?
You gotta
Sir, you're going to have to put the editing machine down.
put the camera down, sir.
We have to intubate you.
This will make great content.
That's right.
Don't turn off my camera.
No, you can't vlog this intubation. So
Rate, review, subscribe.
You don't understand.
No.
Monetize.
Oh God. Okay, so just a little, not like to be too inside baseball. Why have you tried to? There's like services where you can do like the live, like the go switch between from camera to camera to camera and do it live, and then you don't have to edit afterwards.
Just getting ready to tell you that.
Yes. See.
Yes, sir. There's a new piece of equipment.
Yeah.
Okay. That what the heck is the name of that thing? I can't remember. It's $300. It's just come out to solve this problem that I just talked about, because you can switch it for streaming live and record it, so it's just like literally a TV show.
Are you sure it's not called the switch, or there's something like that that's called like the live switch, or there's something? I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's made completely for streaming, for streaming video. For guys like us that do what we do. Costs $300 at B&H. Okay.
Yeah.
And,
okay.
I found one. It's called it's Black. This one here, Black Magic.
Yes, that's it.
Black Magic. Okay.
Multi-camera live stream
When are
setup.
you getting that bad boy?
That's it. I've got it ordered.
Oh,
Good for you.
Nice.
So now it will only take me a day to do. Now, once you do it, you still got to go in and edit and clean it up a little bit, but you can still do a 3-camera shoot and just do it while you're doing it. That's
heavy lifting's
amazing.
done.
Yeah. Right.
That's awesome.
So I'm going to continue to do that because it's fun. And number 2, I get to meet girls. That's good.
That's awesome. Some things never change.
That's right.
And then the third element of the coming dynasty is you have to look at YouTube and see what people are searching for.
Yeah.
And then make a little movie about that. That's how you build your base.
Exactly.
Make content for what they're looking for.
Exactly.
It's not as coincidental.
Damn it.
Yeah,
God, it's just been so hard
Yep.
for me to get that in my head, you know?
It is. It's hard because it appears to be organic, but we all know the majority of things that are successful like that are planned, and planned so well that they appear to be so easy, and they just happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll always be there to support whatever you do, and
Absolutely.
and have you on whenever. We won't go this long in between times having you on our
No,
podcast.
I know it.
Yeah.
This is.
Vice versa.
He hadn't seen our new place.
Yeah, we got a new office now. Yeah, we're not in that same
Oh,
place.
yeah. Well, it looks different. The way
It's
is
not.
now.
Yeah, this is really boring in here.
We moved in and we just we're so busy. We painted and that's all we've done so far. It's just we haven't done much.
You might want to put a Jimi Hendrix poster up.
or something.
Something.
Something. I mean, there's nothing on this wall.
Or in Pat's case, an NSYNC poster.
Hey, whatever. I was more of a Backstreet Boys guy, but that's fine. I'll take it.
Can I tell you that? I'm going to tell you this is kind of insider, but not really. We recently had a really cool interview that we did with the Storm Chasers, and they were doing the 50 years, as it's a documentary called 50 Summers, about the Royals and about locally the Royals, which became the Spikes, and then back to the Royals, and then the Storm, and then Pat, of course. That's how you met him when he was famous, fresh off the Royals.
He invited me to his apartment to take pictures. It was so weird.
And we were talking. You're talking about tagging, how important that is, and so Pat posted our interview with the president of the Storm Chasers. We had him here, and we had the director of the documentary here, and had a wonderful interview with him. And I'm not even going to mention the main thing that happened in the post, but I will say that you put a hashtag.
I forgot there's so many.
This thing it was awesome. But he puts up a hashtag of what'd you say? Something, it was TBS?
Oh, no, yeah, it was BTS, behind the scenes.
BTS.
I was told by an SEO person, we have behind the scenes stories, always hashtag it BTS.
BTS,
Yeah.
which is a really popular Korean boy band.
Yeah.
And so, when you click on the hashtag,
All Korean.
it's all
Korean.
it's all Korean boy band stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if this is what we were trying to point to here, Pat.
Same exact thing happened to me, because on some of my photos, I'll put a behind the scenes thing, and I'll always call it BTS, right?
Yep.
And then somebody said on my YouTube, "What? This is not BTS. What's wrong with you?"
Dislike.
Right.
I know that every once in a while, if something's going on in Great Britain and in the fall and we hashtag it GBR, Go Big Red, it'll pop up like the Queen's face and stuff like that. So it happens all the time.
Would you like some tea?
Exactly. It's like, that's not what we meant.
No,
but
I meant Husker football.
I told him what he did. I said, this is a super popular boy band. He says, I don't care. Click's a click. I'm like, oh my God.
I don't care if there's 3 million Koreans click on that thing. As long as we get the clicks.
Can't argue with that, really.
Making content for what they're searching for.
There you go. Has nothing to do with what we talked about.
No.
That is exactly one that I started out with A on my research, and it started out with I didn't start out with A. I started out with chocolate cake. Right, I typed in chocolate cake in the YouTube browser, and then it gave me all these things about chocolate cake, and I also have some software that tells me whether or not that is a good choice to do based on people that are searching for that and people that are supplying that information, right?
Interesting.
Supplying the videos for that. And so I finally got to one that said, make chocolate cake in your underwear.
What?
That's awesome.
That can't be right.
What? Yeah, that's right. You've sure it is.
People are searching on YouTube for videos how to make chocolate cake in their underwear.
Yeah,
I believe it. I believe it. It's
I've
crazy.
Seen some of the weird stuff my kids watch, man. It's weird. Like there was a craze going on. I was on TikTok. It's on YouTube. It's everywhere. I think it's kind of dying out now. But there's a song. I don't know the song, but it like there's 3 or 4 beats, and then it's a bum bum, and then the rest of the song. And these kids were getting their parents because they would say, "Okay, stand here, do this TikTok with me." And as soon as they hit the bing bing, they would hit them in the boobs or hit like guys in the like that, boom boom. And I'm looking at that. I'm like, this is millions of views, millions. And here you are grinding out in Nashville, trying to get subscribers
Quality.
to monetize. And you got these fat kids in North Carolina that are hitting their man boobs and they're raking it in. It's not fair.
Remember that dumb stuff like planking?
Yes, still hilarious. Planking still gets me. I still think planking is hilarious.
And it was like, that was huge. That was huge. And it wasn't even near what could be now.
Right.
Obviously.
Right.
Oh my God.
I'm going to pass something on to you that's super fun. Oh, number one, you got to get this friend of mine, Lily Brooks O'Brien.
Okay.
She is coming up here, and I think this month or April. She's on the Big Show. You know the Big Show?
Yeah, the Big Show.
Right? Okay. Netflix is launching his show, and she is one of his daughters on the show.
Got it.
I love the Big Show. Big Show is in wrestler Big Show?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, it's a sitcom, right?
Yeah.
And he's the dad, and he's come back, and he's got all his family together. He's retired and that sort of thing. So it should be kind of a fun thing. So I'll hook you up with her.
That'd be great,
The other thing is ballroom dancing. I've started ballroom dancing.
Seen some of your videos.
I saw some of your
You're
mentioning
good.
about that.
You're good.
Well, here's the thing. See, I used to do that many thousands of years ago, and I'm going, somebody asked me about New York, and when I was in New York, did you like it? And I said, man, I loved it. And they said, why did you like it? And I said, well, I was on television, and I danced with ballerinas. And that just kind of sparked a thing with me.
Yeah.
Right? And I said, man, I need to do that again. Now, obviously, I'm a little long in the tooth to get in the ballet, but
I don't want you in tights anyway.
Right.
well, it's not a pretty sight.
Some jeggings, maybe.
Isn't it funny you've gone from ballerinas to queens? So you're now
I
you're
know.
beauty queens, right?
So
Always got an
I'm
angle.
doing that now, and it's the absolute best fun I've had ever in 30 years. It's just
Yeah.
absolutely awesome. So
That's
I would
cool.
suggest find your local dance company there, or your
Mm-hmm.
dance, Arthur Murray, or whoever teaches ballroom dancing. Go, you'll have a blast, and you'll have an amazing amount of content.
And
Okay, yes.
That's true too. And the other thing
Yeah.
is just for the regular Joe to go do something like that. If that's something that's interested you. Don't not do it because you don't have a partner.
Right. And it's so cool because in group classes, it might be 10 people there, it might be 5 people there, it might be 20 people there, but you do 30 seconds with each person of the opposite. And sometimes you have to dance with the dude, and that's all right.
Right?
too.
That's what it is. That's all right.
Yeah. So you get to dance with a lot of different people, and it's just absolutely awesome. But mostly it's the content. I've had to take a couple of weeks off because I had a knee issue and I had to get it drained and that sort of thing. So I'm back at it now. Starting
Sports
back this
injury,
week.
right? Is a sports injury.
Well, it was a long time ago. But it's
Getting your knee drained sucks. That needle's long.
Oh,
it's an old bastard injury
Is
now.
it? It's oil that comes out of there instead of fluid.
actually, they're putting oil in.
They're putting oil in. that WD-40 squirt tube.
back to lubricant. When he gets lubed up, whole different story.
Yeah, right. Oh my God.
When the doctor looks at you after that procedure and go, how the hell did this get in here?
Yes.
I don't know.
Exactly. So how long have you been doing that then back the second go around? How long has it been now?
About a month now.
Good.
No, month and a half, 2 months maybe.
That's awesome. So do they have like organized dances where they invite their students to all come?
That's the cool thing. It's such an amazing culture, because what happens is you purchase individual lessons with one of their instructors, okay, and they have all kind of packages. So once you do that, then you can come to all the group classes at night for free.
Right.
Oh,
And
got it. That's cool.
And each week they specialize in a dance, a rumba or the tango or the waltz or blah, 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 right? And then on Friday nights, what they do is they have a party with a full bar and food.
Nice.
And you're invited to dress up if you want to or whatever, and you just come and dance with anybody you want. It's a party to dance, and it's just so cool.
That would be
That's
fun.
neat. There are a couple places here in Omaha that do that. And I remember years ago when every year they have the Dancing with the Omaha Stars thing, which is a fundraiser. And it started years ago for a different organization than it is now. I can't remember who it was at the time. But I remember we were involved like that very first year. And I got to meet some of those people, and then I got to go to some of their dances. And they would have it at various locations in town where they would have regular dances, but it was always the same group of people, and they'd all show up. And like you said, some are dressed up, some come dressed pairs, but everybody's dancing, and there is it's not cliquey. It was just like everybody just wants to dance.
Just have fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a broad spectrum of people, and it's mostly people that don't want to go out to the club or are
They want to
trying
actually
heal from an
dance
injury
with
or-
somebody is what you want to
Yeah.
do, as opposed to
connect.
yeah, I get it.
And it's just so cool. So I would suggest to all your listeners, if
Okay.
you're looking for something really fun to do, and let's just face it, we are a pathetically bored culture. We have nothing to do because we're so busy taking care of our kids and working at a job we hate, and
Have low T.
Low T. This is such a great escape, so I would recommend it highly for y'all and your listeners.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea too, because I think a lot of people when they get home, they're in their mind exhausted, mentally exhausted. So that makes you sometimes believe you're physically exhausted, but all of a sudden when you have something to go do to look forward to, it's funny how you find that energy. Yeah. That's awesome. Good for you.
Well, you are the man. Thank you for coming on with us today. We appreciate it, and everybody's thinking and praying for Nashville and the surrounding area, and we'll try to catch back up very soon.
Any plans for you to come back to Nebraska anytime?
Not that I'm of, unless Stib.
We're going to talk to him in about half an hour, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, actually in like 6 minutes. He's supposed to be here. We thought maybe stagger in here while you were recording, but he's not.
Well, here's the thing. I'm sure he'll bring me back once he reloads all his trade portfolio.
That's right.
That is a real inside-the-box joke.
If I never have another Zio's pizza, I won't be sad. Good Lord.
We may do a little editing here.
Right. Because we love trade still, because we broke.
Yes, we love trade.
Love us some trade.
You guys are great. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rockett.
And we got to have a BTS too, and just talk about. I need more guidance from y'all about the whole podcast thing.
Okay.
Obviously, I haven't got up just the audio only versions of it, but.
No, I think we could both. I think we could pick your brain as well.
Yeah, so we'll do that sometime, and then like end of this week or beginning of next week, we'll just do it. Have powwow.
Let's do that.
Love you guys.
Love you too. Have a great day.
Thanks, buddy.
Adios.
We'll see you later. Bye bye. That is a great friend of the show.
Yes.
Rockett in the morning. Nash Rockett. Look for him on YouTube. He's making content for what you're looking for. He's in his underwear making cake right now.
If you've been looking for that to click on.
Thanks for listening to our podcast.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Parkville Media Production.